Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of What You Should Be Watching with my ravishing co-host, Zach Washburn, the movie Messiah. Say hi, Zach.
Hi, Zach.
And me, Brad Fitzpatrick. Today's going to be a very special episode, in my opinion, so it may run a little long, but you'll enjoy it as much as we will. We're doing Hidden Gems, movies that we know of that you may not know of that you should be watching. Trust us. If you don't by now, you should know that by now. So, Zach, how was your week?
My week was good. I've actually been waiting to do our next episode. That's the highlight of my week, actually.
Did you do a lot
I
of
don't know if
research?
that's really sad or if it's good, but
I think it's good.
I think it's good too.
I think it's
I've
great.
really enjoyed doing this. Yeah.
And I love hearing your research-ridden lists that you tend to bring out. So
I appreciate that.
we're all good to go. So we're gonna do Hidden Gems. What is your number 5 on your Hidden Gems?
Before I start, I want to say a little something about the
No,
hidden gems.
not at all. Stop. No, I'm just kidding.
Most of hidden gems that people are going to have, I think, are usually going to be independent films. These are films that are done. They can be with a lower budget. They can be with the same budget as anything else. They just don't hit theaters, and they're done with an independent production company and crew. A lot of people, they think just because it doesn't come out on the DVD or it doesn't come out in theater and just straight to DVD, that's going to be bad. You need to get off this mindset because that is not the case. And a lot of these movies will be missed because they didn't get the hype or the advertisement that some big blockbuster film would. There are a lot of great movies out there people overlook just for the simple fact they were independent. So get out there, support your independent filmmakers, and look some of these up because they're really awesome.
Preach.
Yes,
That's
preach
right.
it. Preach it, brother.
That's right.
All right, my number 5 is a little film that came out in the 70s. It's a sci-fi film. A lesser-known director came out with it. It was called Star Wars: A New Hope. Nobody talks about this film, and I was just I'm really curious why, because I really enjoyed it. A few sequels were done, they were okay, but this really I'm just joking. I'm kidding, of course. Okay. I
was like, what? Just gonna let him talk. Just let him talk.
see how far he goes.
Yep. Let's see.
No. Okay, number 5, really.
Right.
Number 5 is a TV series. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Okay. I wanted to throw a TV series in here. This came out in the early 2000s on HBO. You know how HBO does. If they don't like it, they'll just cut you off and never get any kind of ending. But when I talk about it, no one's ever heard of it because it was only on 2 seasons. Carnival.
Oh, yeah.
This was a great kind of mysterious drama show. Kind of edge of your seat cliffhanger every time, kind of mystery, kind of like Twin Peaks, the old show Twin Peaks, along those lines, with mystery and intrigue. The actors were amazing. The storyline really keeps you hanging. And they did, the last episode of the second season, they didn't really know if they were going to get picked up or not, and they really leave you hanging. So that is one bad thing about it because you don't really get closure, but you never know. HBO, they might finish it up, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
They are making a Deadwood movie to wrap things up. So,
but Deadwood was fantastic. So
it really was, but it only lasted 3 seasons, even though it was great. But this really was. I don't really think it got its. I just don't think it got its audience.
I'll agree with you. I watched several episodes. Like you said, at around 2000 when it first came out, just to see how interesting it was, and it was very interesting. The characters were very well thought out for their time period.
Did you start from the beginning, Brad?
Yes. And it really.
Well, can I ask why you didn't continue? What happened?
I had lots of stuff on my plate.
I understand.
Specifically when it comes to TV series, I'm kind of faithful to the series that I'm already watching. And if I end up with too much to watch, I'm kind of bogged down and I can't finish them all.
That's the way I am.
And that just
Hence
happened
the
to be
reason
one
I
of
haven't
those.
finished anything here lately. This is why we never talk about anything new, folks, because
Right.
I am so behind.
Well, I know. I know.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's my number five. I would recommend that when you get time to go back and finish it.
Mhm.
And anyone out there who wants a good TV show, it's only 2 seasons. Not going to take you very long. It's really good.
Yeah. All right. Well, then number four. What is your number four hidden gem?
My number four is, like I said, independent film. Um, Swimming with Sharks.
Oh yes. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know everyone's current opinion of Kevin Spacey, but he is the lead in it.
Hmm.
Back when he was, first becoming pretty popular. I know everyone probably remembers Horrible Bosses
Hmm.
with Jennifer Aniston and him. It's Horrible Bosses. This was actually kind of like that. He plays a movie producer that like verbally abuses and attacks his assistant, who was also trying to make it in the movie industry. And he kind of acts like the Horrible Boss. It's kind of a dark comedy, is how I would label it. It does have dramatic elements to it, but it's kind of a dark comedy. Everyone does amazing in it. It has a lot of great scenes. Frank Whaley is actually Frank Whaley is the lead, and Kevin Spacey is the supporting role. But yeah, Frank Whaley plays the assistant. Really great movie. If you can get past all the allegations of Kevin Spacey right now, I know it's hard.
Yeah. I mean,
Every,
regardless of anything that's happened in his personal life and everything, he was a good actor.
he's still a good
So I
actor.
mean,
Yeah,
if you can't, but you can't really. It's hard to separate the man from his roles because that's just kind of how we are.
it is really
And
hard. And I've tried. Bill Cosby. He was my favorite comic of all time. And,
yeah,
this has kind of just tainted everything he's done. I can't even watch anything anymore. So, but Kevin Spacey is not quite as bad as Bill Cosby. I don't think in his allegations. Not to say that the allegations are not bad or wrong, but I don't know. Just however you feel personally about it. It's a
right.
good movie.
It is. It's almost like what, 20 years old? About
Oh
30?
yeah, this came out probably mid '90s, late '90s.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah,
I like I remember seeing it, but I don't remember anything about it.
yeah,
So that should tell you something. But it's
yeah,
still a good movie, you know. So really, like Kevin Spacey specifically back then was just really on the high of Seven too, really hitting it back then.
yes. This was after Seven. Around his time of Usual Suspects,
Hmm.
and when he really hit the map and everyone started to
Exploded
know
right there.
this. Yeah, knows this actor.
It's a good choice. Good choice. Okay, no, what's your number three? Your number three hidden
Number
gem.
three is my comedy on the list. Older movie with the great Peter Sellers.
Ooh.
Um, I know everyone knows, Pink Panther, and I know I've mentioned Doctor Strangelove, but this is one of his lesser known roles, I think, from The Party.
Oh, yeah. Like I don't think I actually watched that personally, but I do know of it.
Yeah. Um, so funny. He plays an actor from India who is, kind of like the klutz. He's very unlucky, kind of like Clouseau was in
Hmm.
Pink Panther. And he is mistakenly invited to this big time movie producer's party. And, the whole movie takes place at this party as this producer's mansion. And he's just causing all kinds of havoc and misunderstandings. And it's another Blake Edwards film. He was the director. So Blake Edwards and Peter Sellers, you really can't go wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just great. It's if you like Peter Sellers, you like a good comedy, definitely pick this up. It's one of his funniest films, I think.
Well, I mean, you really can't go, as you said, you really can't go wrong with that duo together. They've done
No,
so many good things together that, and Peter
they're
Sellers
not dynamic.
alone is great.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
You know, it's hard to pick specifically back in that time frame a better duo of director and comedic actor.
I don't think you could. I mean, and they were really, the way they worked together. I know they had a lot of disagreements, but the way they worked together, their artistic collaboration was one of the first great, director actor collaborations. I mean, you think today like what we got, not necessarily comedic actors, but Johnny Depp and Tim Burton, those kind of duos.
Yeah.
This was one of the first, I think.
I mean, my favorite, if I'm going to chime in there, Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell.
There you go.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but that's a very good pick. I never, like I
Thank
said,
you.
I never saw it personally, but it was on one of my lists, and I just sort of, kind of flew away. So I never got
Gotcha.
to it. Number two. You are on number two. What is your
Number two? One of Shirley MacLaine's, not early works, but kind of her mid works. No one I talked to ever has heard of this film. It's one I grew up with, though. I liked it as a kid. Madame Suzatska.
Okay, you have me intrigued because I've not heard of that either.
Yay!
Please.
You actually haven't heard of
You
it.
did,
Okay.
yeah. You pulled one out for me. So now
She
you're gonna have to
plays-
explain.
Yeah, she plays kind of an eccentric piano teacher, and she takes in this foreign student who's very gifted in the piano and wants to learn more about it. He has kind of a controlling mom. She's not necessarily a bad mom, but she kind of wants to exploit him and use him to get herself out of poverty, because she knows that he could make her rich maybe with his talent. And Madame Suzatska is very picky about the students she picks, and they build a bond and a relationship. There's kind of a hint at like Madame Suzatska having like a small like attraction to him, whether it be motherly or like a physical attraction. They don't really kind of say, but she gets kind of jealous because there's other people in this apartment that Madame Suzatska lives in. You kind of meet them, and there's one this younger dancer type who's older than the boy. He's 18, and he has a crush with her, and they actually end up sleeping together. And Madame Suzatska finds out, and she gets very upset, and it's almost like a jealous type. So I don't know, but I love Shirley MacLaine.
Oh, yeah.
I think this was one of her best roles, and she was never really known for it. It never got any awards or anything, but I thought it was really good.
That's I'm quite surprised, Zach. Really, I am.
Why is that?
Because I really thought I would know at least every single movie on your list.
Got you on
You
one.
did. You did get me on one. So congratulations.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
But I agree with you. Shirley MacLaine is probably, in her time was really prolific in
Yes.
all of her roles. Iconic even. That it's kind of shame, specifically when we talk about older films, that we don't have a lot of those type of actors anymore. And it's sad to see,
Sadly.
the advent of what we are watching now as different as it was back then.
Right.
It's a good choice, though. I'll
Thank you.
probably have to put that down so I can watch that sometime too.
I hope you do. Yeah, I think you'd like it. It's really good.
But your number one. What is your number one hidden gem?
My number one unknown gem that's just amazing is back in the 80s, when Tom Hanks was at his peak of comedy. This is more of a comedy drama. Nothing in Common.
Oh, yep. I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it too. It's great.
I mean, obviously you own it.
Yeah, Jackie Gleason. He was amazing in it. It was his last role.
Yep.
Critics said it was probably his best role that he ever did. But every time I mention it, no one's ever heard of it. I could watch this movie over and over again. I thought they were really great. Tom Hanks plays Jackie Gleason's son, and they're kind of estranged. And Tom Hanks' parents, Jackie Gleason and his wife, are getting a divorce after being married for like 50 years, and it's just about Tom Hanks getting to know his dad again and trying to understand why, and just that old chestnut.
Yeah. You take in consideration Tom Hanks though, probably has I don't know, like in my opinion, has done the complete 180 in acting work. He has gone from being that comedic sort of bosom buddies actor,
Yeah,
to like even now, like he's almost like every man's like he's like almost a national treasure if you really think
yeah,
about it.
he really is. He's
I mean,
so versatile. I mean, he really is one of those actors who could just do anything.
right.
You know, I think I saw a meme the other day. You might have shared it on Facebook with like, no, I know what it was. It was on the Onion. It was on the Onion, and I shared it. It was like Tom Hanks to play every major
Right, yep.
historical figure or something like that.
Yep.
It's so true that I can't wait to see that Mr. Rogers
Oh,
biopic
me
he's
too.
doing, but,
Who
yeah,
better could they have gotten to play Mr. Rogers than Tom Hanks?
I know, right?
Honestly.
I can really see him without even seeing him in the role. I can imagine him in the role. So
Exactly. His past couple of roles have been just great, And then not only that, but you hear the stories of people interacting with him too, and just how amazing of a person he is as well.
yeah,
And it kind of catches you off kind of guard because there's lots of times, the old idiom, never meet your heroes, right?
right.
Because they always let you down. Well, I mean, there are certain people out there that are just like, they're perfect almost,
Yeah.
They don't let you down.
He's one of the ones I'm really kind of scared of, that I hope he hasn't sexually harassed a bunch of people and like ruins it for everybody.
Right, man, that would be
And
that
that
would
he
be
really
awful.
is as
Yeah.
good as everyone says he is.
Yeah, that's like well, the dad from Seventh Heaven. Do you remember that?
I know.
Oh
It's
my
just,
God! Like, oh, it's a Christian show. He's a Christian dad. He loves God.
Yeah.
Oh wait, he molested
Yay.
half those people. Wah wah.
Wah wah. Yeah.
Jeez, you never
Anyway,
know.
those are my 5, and I hope everyone will take them to heart and go out and watch them because they're good movies.
They are, though. I mean, like literally, half of those on there were really good. But one thing I have to point out to you, Zach, how old are those movies? Every single one of your movies has been pretty old.
Well, they're not that old,
I
Brad.
mean,
Yeah, they're going to be old for a lot of people watching. Maybe. I mean, for the new generation, yeah. I mean, that's why I put them on there. They're not going to know about them.
right. I mean, yeah, that's true. But couldn't you dig a little deeper? Couldn't you?
No.
No. Okay. And that's why I love you so much. All right. So my number 5. Okay. My. There's only one on here that's probably 10 years old. Well,
Okay, Brad.
no.
You're the best.
No, okay,
All
okay. So
yours are due.
there's at least 2 on here there's one on here that's almost 20 and one on here that's 10, give or take. Okay.
Okay.
So my number 5, Hidden Gems. I'm going to start with one of my old ones. The oldest one I have on here is called Angel's Egg.
Angel's Egg.
Yes, it is a anime movie long ago made by the creators of Vampire Hunter D, which we had just talked about the importance of Vampire Hunter D to everybody who watches it.
Yeah.
If you don't like anime and you watch this movie, you may not still like anime, but you're going to love this movie.
That's what I was about to say. Even people who don't like anime like that movie.
Well, Angel's Egg has no words in it whatsoever. There is no dialogue. There is just sound and art about a young girl who is trying to protect a giant egg from monsters in an abandoned city. The art is so compelling and so amazing that the story unfolds very easily, and you know exactly what's happening. Kind of like those old Charlie Chaplin movies almost.
Yeah.
How he can do so much with silence that you knew exactly what was going on.
Right.
It was just an amazing movie.
Well, that's how they had to do it back then. It was all facial expressions and, using your body. And
I mean, exactly. And I mean, it's but this movie.
it's like Mel Brooks' silent movie.
I have that. Don't make me pull that out. But it's such a good movie but it's hard to find. It didn't actually get syndicated
Released
here
here.
in the United States. It was not
Okay.
released in the United States. But it didn't need to be dubbed. It didn't need to be subtitled, so you can just find it anywhere as long as you could watch it. But it's relatively old, but a really good movie. Very powerful by nature. My number 4, Primer. Primer is a sci-fi movie about two IT guys who create a time machine. And then all sorts of like really thriller-esque time like scenarios start to happen. Like they start to see themselves and then start to break reality down all the way down to its very fundamentality until they have to go back and stop themselves from making the time machine.
Wow, that sounds really good.
It is. It's a fantastic movie, but it's also low budget. Like completely low budget. Like you
Yeah.
basically have two guys, a garage, and just like knickknacks basically. And there's like the way the time machine is set up is like it's under a curtain almost, so you can't really tell what's going on.
Right.
But it's so powerful and compelling in the way that the storyline is set up that for a sci-fi movie, it really grasps you and makes you understand why time travel is so precarious.
Yeah.
You know, we've all heard about the butterfly effect.
Right.
You know, and this like outspreads every bit of it, and it's fantastic.
Cool.
I saw that several years ago. I'm going to say that's my 10, 15-year-old movie. It's really, really good, though. My number 3 is going to go to Autopsy of Jane Doe. And I think, yeah, hold on. I'm going to pull a Zach here. Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Ooh, it looks scary. Is it scary?
Yes. It is. It's done by IFC Midnight, who has come a long way with their scary movies lately. Their horror movies are actually been really, really good, and this one actually came out within the last couple of years. It has Brian Cox in it, which you know who Brian Cox is, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. Oh man, it is so fantastic. And the movie is basically about a father and son autopsy team who
Father-son autopsy team. That's not something you hear about it all the time.
right. Well, I mean, they own the father is a licensed I don't know what they're called, but coroner basically. But they do autopsies, and the son is a medical technician that helps him out. Well, at the start of the movie, the sheriff brings in a body of a young woman who is found inside a house buried halfway in the ground. But she's pristine. She looks like pale skin, but like no speck of dirt on her, no blemishes, no nothing, except her eyes are wide out like she's been dead. And then all sorts of crazy stuff happen, and it I don't want to ruin it because it's such a fantastic movie, but there's lots of things that you don't expect to happen, and the ending is really sad. But the movie it's so scary, and Brian Cox just it
sounds really good. I
good
like your
actor.
picks. I like those. I like those psychological thrillers that
Like,
don't know what's going to happen.
there are times in the movie that I didn't think I was going to be scared, but it scared me.
Really.
Yes. Honorary mention along with this, okay, is another horror movie called Last Shift. Another kind of low budget horror movie that, in my opinion, is probably scarier than Autopsy of Jane Doe, but the story is less. But the scares are up there.
Okay.
It was on Netflix when I watched it just even 2 years ago. And it's about a new police officer, a woman who's a rookie, who has to watch over the old police station that they're converting, that all the police have gone to a new police station, but she has to watch over the old one until they finally move everything over. but nobody bothered to tell her that cultists killed themselves in the cells.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's relatively it's for being the type of low budget movie it was scary as hell.
sounds like it. Sounds like it'd be good.
Yep. All right, my number what is that? Two. My number two movie, Doctor Horrible's sing along blog. Okay.
What is this movie about?
All right, all right. So, a couple of years ago, yeah, I got it too, right?
Okay.
Okay, a couple of years ago, um, God, what's his name now? Now it's on top. Josh Whedon. Okay, you know who
Yes.
Josh Whedon is?
Yes.
Buffy fame and did a whole bunch of other movies that everybody knows about, Firefly and all them. He gets this idea of wanting to do a musical, but he doesn't do it traditionally. He gets Neil Patrick Harris, Nathan Fillion, Felicia Day, and those are really the only named stars throughout the entire movie. Everybody else in the movie are people that he's worked with, like makeup artists, his family, and stuff like that.
That's cool.
And the premise of the movie is that Neil Patrick Harris is a supervillain, trying to be a supervillain, named Doctor Horrible,
Okay.
and he's talking into a video blog about becoming a supervillain.
Yeah.
And all the supervillains, he's trying to join the League of Supervillains, basically, in the movie. And they're all really kind of funny names. There's Bad Horse is the leader, right? And it's just like a horse that likes to murder people. Nathan Fillion plays Captain Hammer, the superhero who tries to stop um, Dr. Horrible. But he's dim-witted, but handsome.
Yeah.
And Felicia Day plays a girl that Dr. Horrible likes, that he meets doing laundry one day and falls in love with.
Yeah.
But she chooses Captain Hammer. And it's just, there's this tension between them. And it's just, it came out originally on the internet, actually, in a 3-part miniseries. And it
Okay.
was, and then it was finally released on Blu-ray and DVD. But I watched it when it originally came out on the internet. Like I was paying close attention to that when it popped up on there. I was like, yes, I'm on that.
Yeah.
And it's so good. The music is so good. The acting is really great. Like literally, if you ever wanted to hear me sing a movie, this is it. um, but it's fantastic. It's comedy, it's drama, and musical. So if you haven't seen it, I would recommend it, specifically if you like musicals. Okay. For my number one hidden gem movie, it's a movie that I honestly most people haven't heard of, which is kind of surprising. It's called Chef, starring Jon Favreau and John Leguizamo. Uh, it's written and directed by Jon Favreau after Iron Man, obviously. Um, it's basically it's a coming of sort of like
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Doesn't it have Robert Downey Jr. in it too? It doesn't? Okay. Yeah.
reminds me of a really uplifting, heartfelt movie about the connection between a father and son and what a father wants to do with his life. So
That doesn't sound like something I would like at all. Heartwarming, uplifting, not my cup of tea. Yeah, they are there. No, it does sound good. And I like those. I like those movies that have the simple stories with the great acting. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's really good.
it was really kind of
Yeah, I
surprising
like him.
from what he was, what some of the things that he
Right.
had done, to like what he is now. You know, it's a great. It's,
Yeah, I'd give it a try. Yeah, I would love that. That would be awesome. And no, you're the one who lives far away.
I don't know about that. I'm right here.
Maybe we could take turns, do a movie date at your house and come do a movie date at my place.
There you go. We could do watch parties too.
That would be
Wouldn't
great.
that be great? Like do like a streaming watch party where we can watch movies and other people can watch with us on Facebook.
That would be awesome. Yeah, we should add that in.
Yeah, I know that'd be fantastic. But all right, guys, those are our top 5 picks for hidden gems.
Yeah.
These
You
movies.
thought this was going to run long? I think this was our shortest video yet.
No,
How long was it?
I don't know. I won't know until I actually turn it off. But it's
Oh,
probably
okay.
about the same. Probably about the same.
Seemed like it just flew by. I was like,
Well, yeah.
time flies when you're having fun, right?
I mean that, and you have to understand that specifically we were discussing movies that we hadn't seen before, so there's not much that we could actually discuss. You know,
True.
we could like I we could
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah,
because you know when we start discussing, that's when things start getting long and
that's
and
true.
convoluted. You know, but
Yeah,
I mean these are movies that are heartfelt to us because they're ones that aren't out there that we can't discuss. They're shareable movies. Um, like if I know somebody hasn't seen Doctor Horrible sing along blog, they're gonna watch it with me. That's
just the
it.
name alone.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, that's a very intriguing name.
and it's comedy gold.
Yeah,
I mean, you brought out Mel Brooks, and literally, I could name every single Mel Brooks that most people haven't seen.
yeah. Silent movie is one of them. Not a lot of people have seen Silent movie
Silent
or
movie,
didn't like it because they didn't get it.
12 Chairs.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna bring that one out. High Anxiety.
Oh, High Anxiety's great.
Oh.
Yeah. 12 Chairs, man. That was. Oh, I haven't seen that. I've only seen that once, a long time ago. It was
Right.
great.
I know, like most people are like, oh, Robin Hood Men in Tights. No, Mel Brooks has done lots.
Yeah.
But that's great. But all right, guys, those are our 5 top hidden gems. If you have a hidden gem that you like, please leave us a comment. Let us take a view of it too. That'd be great because we always like
Please
to see
do.
the good, the new stuff. Um, next time, Zach came up with a great idea. We're going to be talking about our least favorite movies, the movies that are our worst picks of movies of all time. And trust me, these are going to be bad.
Yeah. Now that might actually be a long episode because I actually enjoy talking about things I hate a lot more than things I like because I'm just cynical like that.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's probably why I love you so much, Zach.
Yeah, that's the beauty of me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that and that beautiful face of yours. That's right. All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, share with your friends. We like to keep the conversation going because we like to have fun, and so do you. But until then, is there anything else you'd like to say, Zach?
No, thanks for having me again, Brad. Love it as always.
Always. Remember, always be kind to each other. And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye, everybody.